If you're just tuning in, we are discussing It's a New Day, 2015, the year of the fearless. And I have my very special guest, my friend, my mentor, Des Seeley.
Hello.
All right. Now, I just wanted to continue on with our discussion. I really challenge my listeners to try something new. Be adventurous. My suggestion would be to have a few goals you'd like to accomplish in the coming months of the year. Please don't put 10 goals on your list because it's not going to happen. Maybe 2 or 3 will be enough. But most importantly, have a vision of what those goals will look like. You can't accomplish anything that you cannot see. Seeing is believing. When I say seeing, I mean in your mind's eye, your imagination, because if you can see it there, you can manifest it into your reality. Des, can you share on that? Because I know that you're a big proponent of using your imagination.
I agree, and I would also add, TD, is that your imagination is important, but also when you're doing your imagination, also try to incorporate other senses like hearing it and tasting it and touching it. Because the more of those things you can incorporate in your imagination, the more these things you'll find show up in your life. And in closing, what I'll say is that anybody who does any study of any of people who've mastered things, and I say master, whether it's mastery in business and arts and sports, and you hear these people's stories, they will always tell you how they would literally envision and they would hear it, and taste it, and touch it, and they became these experts, whether it's Oprah or Pete Diddy, or even Donald Trump. I'm using just, some of the people in the media.
Right.
Any person study it, they'll do those things. So I agree.
I just wanted to share with you all that there's a biblical scripture that states, without a vision, the people perish. And I often ponder on that verse because I realize that if you don't have a vision or plan for your life, someone else will. And I'm not just talking about for one area of life, every area of your life, your health, your wealth, your social life, your, relationships with all kinds of people, your parents, your siblings, whomever. If you don't have a plan, anything is bound to happen. And generally, you're not in control of that plan. And when we're not in control of our plan, it's not too comfortable. You generally feel restrictive and downright miserable because we were born with free will to choose the path that we'd like to take, but you have to have a plan. If you can't see it, nobody else will. What do you think about that, Des?
I actually agree. We talk about the media, and I'm a big advocate of media, but I always tell people just whether I'm looking at television and I watch television from time to time, or even now, using things on my iPad, it's actually giving you a vision. It's giving you a vision, and that vision shapes many people's lives, and I always say to my friends and associates, you want to have your own vision, your own ideas. Like, it's good to, look at what everybody else is doing, but you got to be careful. And I'll say with this, right now we see a lot of things in the news that just passed, a couple of weeks ago with some of the tragedies.
Yes.
Well, you got to be careful when you focus on tragedies. You vision it and you feel it and you hear it. People don't really think about it, but you're magnetizing that to your life. So I'm never shocked when tragedies befall upon people because you had to have envisioned it first. And that's something that people don't want to deal with. But nothing happens by accident.
That is true. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences. The other day, I was coming here to the station, not to the station, going shopping, but near the station, and this woman comes out of nowhere and hits the side of my car. And I was sitting there, and at first I was upset because I have my children in the car. I don't want to get hit, period. But I realized when I went back home and I started to think about what were my thoughts. And I have to tell you, Des, it wasn't a good day of thoughts, okay? The thoughts were very negative, and I realized that I drew that experience to me because, to be honest with you, there's no real reason that she should have hit my car. It wasn't like, she was coming into a lane. I'm like, how did this happen? And I just took responsibility for it that, what, TD Loving, you got to get your thoughts right. I mean, and it's just the truth. And I'm looking at various things in my life. always cooking in the kitchen, always thinking, oh, I'm going to get burnt. I'm going to get burnt. You know how many times I got burnt last year? And when I say last year, the year before, 2013, every time I'm cooking, I'm getting burnt. Why? Because every time I go in the kitchen, I'm thinking about, you know what? I might get burnt. I might get burnt. I might get burnt. So guess what? I'm attracting that stuff to me. So, everything that you are sharing, is correct. Can you share with us an example of maybe a friend that you had that had some of these things happen to them because of their lack of focus and how they turned that around? Can you think of anybody you can talk about?
Well, I think I gave an example. I know probably on one of the previous shows where, something I could talk about, because some people, they may not want me to share the experiences, but this one.
Anyone that you could share that, they ain't coming after you after it.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, who would always think, in my opinion, from a poverty standpoint, life is hard. You got to work hard to make money. They're not going to do anything, for the black. I'm African American and do anything. I said, opportunities are abound no matter what country, what state, no matter what environment you're in. It's your thinking.
I agree.
And it came to a point where I had my friend do a series of exercises because this gentleman was in dire straits. I mean, his money was so tight that getting a slice of pizza was a challenge. This is a true story. And I said, I need you to, for a day, just focus on things you appreciate. Next thing you do, write a check to yourself, $100, and take a walk for 2 or 3 hours and spend that money mentally. Anything you see that you can buy for $100, buy it for your family members and friends. Within 2 days, that person had delivered to them. I forget it was $700, $800.
I think it was $800. I remember that.
$800 cash. Mm-hmm. That's correct. And the other key issue that they had was their cable was off, and the cable people came by. Well, actually, somebody came by and gave them a hookup job for $20. They owe $600, and they said, "Wow, Des, is that how the law of attraction works?" I said, "It works for me all the time. What it is that you have to take responsibility for how you think, and the way you can tell which is attracting to you." And I'll end with this, TD Loving, is how you're feeling. And you're feeling crappy, and you're feeling mad, and that's why I like the fearlessness show. Yeah, be fearless. Feel love and feel enthusiasm. These things will start to show up in your life.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Trust me. I'm learning my lessons quickly. Anyway, I want to share with everyone my first fearless act for 2015. Yes, this is 2015, the year of the fearless on Fresh Start Focus. So I am challenging myself to step out in 2015 and do fearless acts. First, I am taking a class with a local comedy club in the Charlotte area. I'll be learning comedic writing and performing. This class lasts for 6 weeks, and on the 7th week, I will be performing stand-up comedy before 300 people. Oh, my God. I'm like, what did I get myself into? You may be asking, why is she doing this? But guess what? I just wanted to. I don't have a reason. I heard about it. I thought it would be fun, and I do like to have fun. And it's probably something I could check off my bucket list. I'm not that old, but it's something that I could do. And I'm excited about it. And am I scared? Heck yes. Am I terrified? Hell yes. Excuse the language. But yes, it is. But I'm going to challenge myself to step out there and be fearless. I got to do things that may provoke a little bit of fear and do it anyway. So I want you all to step out and do a fearless act. I want my listeners, yes, you, to get on my Facebook page and share what fearless act you're going to be doing this year. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a contest out of it. Whoever does the most fearless action by the end of this coming year will receive a monetary prize from me. But check this out. If you don't do anything, I'm keeping my money. Okay? I'm going to spend the money on myself. Des, can you share with our listeners, if you don't mind, one fearless act you'll be doing this year?
Sure. I plan to purchase 5 investment properties for my family's portfolio.
Wow. Okay. All right now. All righty. Anything else you can share?
Sure. The other thing I'm going to do, I have a blog called Fasting with Des Seeley, but I never fasted for 75 days straight. So,
whoa.
fast for 75 days straight. No
is definitely fearless, okay? And actually, in the future, Des will be back. We are actually going to do a show on fasting. Many of you may not know that Fresh Start Focus, this show, the title, this whole experience was birthed out of a 30-day fast. So I will be coming back, to share my story with that, and also having Des share his experience about this this very long fast, I should say, and the benefits of it. It's life-changing. It's changed my life. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you all now if I had not been on that 30-day fast. And that's something we'll get to in the future. But I do want to say life is to be lived, and you've got to ask yourself, if not now, when? Lord knows you don't want to live in the land of coulda, shoulda, and woulda for the rest of your life. I know I don't want to. So I'm wishing this year, 2015, to be the most outstanding year in your life yet. And mine as well. Let's do this together. You're not by yourself. I'm here to support you and cheer you on, just as I love y'all to cheer me on as I get up on that stage at that comedy club. And remember that, we're all in this together. We are truly all in this together. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Des, my wonderful guest, for joining us.
Thank you.
And I want you to continue to listen in every Saturday at 10 a.m. Remember to contact me via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and on Twitter at TD Loving 1. I'm your host, TD Loving, and you've been listening to Fresh Start Focus.